Hi, I'm Bob Jensen. This is Fishing the Midwest. Thanks for stopping by. We're going ice fishing today. We're going to Big Stone Lake. It's on the border of Minnesota and South Dakota near Ortonville, Minnesota. The perch are biting. We're with Artie Arndt. He's a local. Nick Chito, Mike Frisch. The perch are biting. It's a little bit chilly. Here we go.
The year 2014 started off in a big way. A big cold snap, that is. A polar vortex, they called it. Really cold. Schools canceled because of the cold. The news people said don't go outside, you'll get frostbite. It was so extremely cold that when my wife Kim said the sidewalk needed to be shoveled, I told her she could wait to shovel us out when it warmed up a little bit. Then the phone rang. It was Mike Frisch. He said there was a hot perch bite on Big Stone Lake and asked if I wanted to go. I asked if he had heard about the polar vortex thing. Mike said, yeah, it's supposed to be 20 below. Do you want to go fishing? I thought back to my last trip to Big Stone. It was an open water deal with Dennis Kasubi, and we caught the walleyes really good. Lots of them and nice ones. Mike said the perch bite was outstanding. The weatherman said don't go outside. I told Mike I'd pack my stuff and pick him up. We headed to Big Stone Lake on the South Dakota-Minnesota border. The town of Ortonville is on the shores of Big Stone. We hooked up with Artie Arndt. Artie rents ice houses on Big Stone and also guides there. He really knows the lake. We also hooked up with Nick Chito. Nick is also an expert on ice fishing and ice fishing equipment. Then we got on the ice and hooked up with some perch. Good numbers and nice ones. We're not going to let a polar vortex keep us from fishing.
He is bigger. There's a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that one. And there's a bunch of them down there. Jeepers.
Artie, it's backside of a severe cold front. Summer fishing, that typically has a detrimental effect on the fishing. What about these perch on Big Stone? What does this cold front do to them?
You know, it's kind of funny, the cold front this winter, we've noticed they'll actually bite right through it in the beginning stages of it, but afterwards we kind of see a little bit of a shutdown on the bite, and we definitely, coming off a cold front, when the governor calls school off, then if we're cold, we know we got a cold front, and I think the fish got the message too.
Did the governor call school off for this school?
I think I think the perch, that school was called off there with the cold front, but nevertheless, you know, they'll come back and they'll be hungry before we know it.
Sure.
We arrived on a Wednesday afternoon. It was about 10 below, but there was no wind. When dressed properly, this really isn't that cold. I'm wearing a Cabela's Outfitters fleece parka. This parka is quiet, soft, so comfortable and so warm. And those shelters broke the wind and they provided plenty of warmth. Nick told me a bit about them.
Nick, Clam is the originator. They're the pioneer in portable shelters for ice fishing. What is it that you guys do that makes a unit like this special?
Well, this particular model is the X1 Thermal, and we've actually designed the tub so you can fit two sideways in the back of a 5.5 foot bed. And so that allows you and
Pickup bed.
In a pickup bed, you and I to go out, have a nice roomy one-person shelter. This model has an 1.25 inch tube frame, fully thermal skin, just a built rock solid for a one-person shelter.
So let's see what you got in there.
Okay, well, you know, this particular, I can just flip it all the way back. It does come with a spreader pull. But yeah, you got a nice deluxe sliding seat, which is easily removable and storage for when you're gonna go ahead and take it and transport it. But hey, you know, I've got my rod locker back here with all my goodies. Certainly got my flasher bag. I got enough room for my heater. Nice two-tone tub inside here.
And this is the two-person unit. This looks kind of like it's got a lot of features.
It does. Really, you know, this is the Jason Mitchell Thermal X, a couple of deluxe seats. You know, they do slide left to right, front to back end are removable. And certainly for storage purpose, you can take them off and put them underneath. But we've got a center console for drinks, your accessories. You know, in a low light situation, we do have a light bar that's mounted in the pole. You actually, you know, instead of having it hanging, it kicks off a ton of light.
You got electricity out here.
We do. And, you know, to boot, the framing's 1.25 inch tubes, but then we've also got the thermal fabric, and that's huge on really cold days. Nice and comfortable if you're going to take out your kids, your wife, or somebody new to the sport. You want to make sure they're nice and comfortable, but tons of room, and it pulls easy.
Yeah.
So certainly a Cadillac in the lineup for sure.
The perch were roaming. When they moved in, we really caught them.
There he is. There are 100 of them down there. Boy, the perch bite on Big Stone Lake has been hot, and it's going to stay hot. When we come back, we'll catch some more perch through the ice. Stay tuned.
Fishing the Midwest is presented by Bionic Line. Your fish, your line. Beautiful Cabotogama Lake. gateway to Voyageurs National Park. Evinrude E-Tech, 300 hours, no dealer scheduled maintenance. Offshore Tackle, your leader in trolling technology.
Evinrude E-Tech has been outperforming four-stroke engines for years. But what about the latest 150 four-strokes that claim to deliver two-stroke-like torque? See the proof for yourself. Get your free DVD now and watch how the two-stroke Evinrude E-Tech 150 outpulls and out-accelerates the four-stroke competition. See how it wins when it comes to maintenance, ease of winterization, and more. Evinrude E-Tech is the true champion. Go to evinrude150challenge.com and get your free DVD now.
Lake Kabetogama in Voyageurs National Park is your year-round destination for experiencing nature at its finest. Enjoy the solitude of the pristine wilderness while having all the comforts of home available at the many full-service resorts. The fishing is world-class. So are all the other outdoor activities that are abundant in all the seasons. Cab is the perfect place for your family or group of friends, and Cab is an easy drive from anywhere in the Midwest. Kabetogama Lake in northern Minnesota. Discover Cab now.
I started using Salmo Hornets more and more a few years ago, and in those few years, I'm catching more and more fish. There's just something about a hornet that makes a walleye or a bass or a panfish or whatever want to eat it. Hornets have a lifetime guarantee, and they're hand-tuned so they run perfect right out of the box. Cabela's has an outstanding selection of Hornets in the best sizes and colors, and the folks at Cabela's can tell you which ones are the hottest. Salmo didn't invent the crankbait, they just perfected it. Insist on Salmo at Cabela's.
When the weather turns for the worse, you need more than a hope for the best. It's why every Ranger multi-species design is geared to crush rough water while delivering solid tracking and a smooth, dry ride. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's power, performance, and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, these total performance machines are built for the battle. Experience more with Evinrude E-Tech.
Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. If you really want to enjoy ice fishing, you got to dress warm. That's what we're doing today. Let's go catch some more perch.
Fish on?
Yep, got one coming in here.
Attaboy. How's he feel?
Oh,
there you go.
he is our future here in Big Stone. You got to fight through some of the little guys to get into the better ones, but you know they got to eat too.
He hit it pretty good.
He did. He come right in there and smacked it. Been a little finicky with this cold front, but we're getting a few fish to bite here.
Oh, it's a fat one. Boy, now as this sun goes down, they're not looking, they're just whacking it.
Toward the end of the day, Adam Sorensen joined us. We're always glad to see Adam. He's a good guy, and he always brings food. Good food made better after he prepares it on the Dakota grills he and his family produces.
Adam, you know, I've used your Dakota grills at my house a lot in the past few years, but this is kind of a different setting we got here.
Yeah, it is.
What is this?
Well, this is called the Roadrunner. It's great for ice fishing, tailgating, use at home or on the road.
We use the same principles as your other grills.
That's correct.
Easy to use, smoke and barbecue.
Yep, it's insulated, so the weather doesn't bother it. It's automatic, so we don't have to stand out here in the cold. You know, after a long day of ice fishing, it's great to have something fresh off the grill.
You put the probe in the meat and it shuts off automatically and doesn't overcook.
That's correct.
What about fuel?
Well, it's actually very energy efficient. I've got it on a small generator, and we figure, you know, we can run it for a couple hours on half a gallon of fuel.
Wow.
Well, it's been cooking for about 25 minutes. It is ready, and if you're curious, go ahead and place your hand on the hot grill. No, seriously, it's not hot on the outside. Got some hamburgers here. I'm just gonna put them on a plate and let you guys kind of grab them.
Those hot hamburgers and brats were welcomed and wonderful, and really contributed to a nice day on the ice. We fished a little longer, then headed to Rustling Elms Resort, our home for the night. Nice cabin, clean, great place to stay. Thursday morning was warmer but windier, 15 degrees and 15-mile-an-hour winds. I liked the cold and calm better, but the perch didn't care.
Here's one. There we go.
Hey, there you go.
We got one. He come in there and he hammered that pretty good. I was using that balloon, banging it down in the mud. He come right up after it.
How big is that one, Artie?
Yeah, about 10-inch perch, probably.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a common size for us out here. Good eating size. We get a lot of them like that out here in Big Stone.
Oh boy, I had to make him. Jeepers. He just did not want to get caught.
We're all using different baits. I'm using an 1/8-ounce UV buckshot rattle spoon tipped with an impulse head, and I'm catching perch pretty regularly. I'm also using a number 3 Salmo chubby darter. This is a great perch and walleye bait. I'm adding some spikes to the chubby darter. I'm fishing these baits on Bionic Ice Line 6-pound test.
I got a bunch of them here now. There, I got him. Ooh. They're on.
Got him?
Yep. Little guy came in and smacked it. Boy, the graph is just lit up. You seen him over there?
Yep.
Get back down there and get on him again here.
There we go. There we go.
Wait, we're into the next year class here, aren't we?
Look at this, I've got one too, you guys. When they go, don't they? I mean, they just keep moving through here.
Yeah.
There's a bunch down there now.
Yeah, somebody rang the dinner bell.
There are a lot of really good perch fisheries across the Midwest. If you apply some of the tactics we're talking about, you can be successful for perch anywhere. When we come back, more perch. Stay tuned.
Fishing the Midwest is brought to you by Impulse. Excite the bite with scent, color, and action. Clear Lake, Iowa Chamber of Commerce. Stay at the shore and explore. Salmo. Insist on Salmo. A boat ride on the water, a concert in the shadow of legends, a day of fishing in one of the premier fisheries in the Midwest. These are just a few of the wonderful attractions Clear Lake has to offer. Nestled in northern Iowa, Clear Lake is known for its beautiful scenic landscapes, top-rated beaches, and yearly events. From the annual Winter Dance Party to the blockbuster 4th of July celebration, Clear Lake has something for everyone. Stay at the shore and explore.
Specialty Marine, service is their specialty. The Brugenthies family has been in the boat business for almost 35 years. For performance and reliability, you can't beat a Ranger boat team with an Evinrude motor. Their staff knows exactly how to rig your boat for maximum pleasure. Al's Specialty Marine also has premier pontoons and a wide variety of other boats that will fit your needs. Al's Specialty Marine will do an outstanding job of taking care of all your boating needs.
Al's Specialty Marine, stop on by. Al's Specialty Marine.
Impulse soft baits. 143% more effective than the competition.
And the best alternative to live bait.
Unique colors, actions, scent.
Impulse soft plastics catch more fish, period.
Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. It's quite a bit warmer. It's also quite a bit windier. The perch don't care. They keep biting. Let's catch some more. boy, oh boy.
When they show up, don't they?
I'm fishing my spoon with no bait at all.
I might have a grown-up one here.
You're getting a little better, aren't they? Getting a little better.
That one,
There, done. Boy, I tell you, we get a lot of people that come up here and fish these with the kids, and the fast action is definitely a good time to bring the kids fishing.
kids like, hey, even big kids like action. Right?
That's right. We like to use the kids as excuse, but you know, Dad's always sitting right there alongside of them trying to outfish the kid.
While we wait for another school of perch to come through, let's head to Cabela's to learn more about the new UV buckshot rattle spoon.
Dirk, you know, Northland makes a ton of ice fishing stuff. They make a lot of spoons for ice fishing. I've been using the buckshot rattle spoon forever. I mean, it's a classic. This is the new UV buckshot spoon. What's the difference with this?
The UV buckshot has ultraviolet paint, so it shines brighter underneath the water. The fish will be able to see it from further distance, which will call them in from a little farther range.
So you've got the different colors, but also the rattle.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. And now the UV is new, so the fish haven't seen it before. Is that important?
I think so. I mean, fish have become pretty advanced. We've been throwing a ton of stuff at them lately. It's always good to come out with something new, something they haven't seen before.
They're kind of conditioned to these certain colors.
Yep.
And this is a new color. So, and this glows, UV glows?
Yep, it will glow.
Is the red hook important?
I tend to like using red hooks. It just seemed like it's been proven to work for me.
Yeah. So how are you fishing this spoon?
I'm fishing it normally, just with a minnow head. Just pinch off a minnow, fish it, and the walleye seem to love it.
And how aggressively are you working it?
You kind of got to figure out what the fish are going to want from you. Some days they like with very radical jigging. Some days you got to just finesse them in.
And how many different sizes, Dirk?
They come in 3 different sizes, a 16th, an 1/8, and a 1/4, and they also come in 6 different colors. And we have a great selection of buckshot UV spoons here at Cabela's.
Those UV buckshot rattle spoons are a great addition to the buckshot family. Now back to the ice.
I think this one's just a little bit bigger.
Why do you got to do that? Huh?
No.
You're supposed to be a gracious host. Let me catch the bigger one.
You know, it takes a skill to catch those smaller ones, Mike. You got a smaller mouth on them. You know, I got to settle for these bigger ones, you know. Anybody can catch big perch, you know.
Thanks. Buckshot again. Oh, we wanted to do a comparison because this one...
Is it a little bit bigger?
No, this one's got shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Look at, he's chubby.
Is he?
He's not that long, but he's chubby.
That's not a bad fish.
Here's another installment of School of Fish, this time on ice.
Wow, that is a nice perch. Wow. You know, one of the things that makes ice fishing more successful and a lot more fun is the use of a sonar unit. We get this fish unhooked. It's a dandy. Good sonar units allow you to see bottom, your bait, and any fish that approach. That really ups your odds for success because you know where the fish are in the water column and where to put your bait. And like I said, that really adds to the enjoyment of it as well because you can actually see the fish and kind of manipulate them. One tip that I like to use for winter fishing is most species of fish bite better, you catch more when you keep the bait up above them. So what I like to do is get that fish to come into the hole and then slowly raise the bait up to try to get that fish to come up and hit it. That seems to work really good with a lot of different species of fish. Once in a while, the fish will turn and swim off. Then what I'll do is actually let the bait slam into the bottom and quickly raise it again. And a lot of times that fish will come back in and smack the bait. But again, sonar, a great tool. Not only does it make you more successful on the ice, but it will make your winter ice fishing trips a lot more enjoyable as well.
We are on Big Stone Lake on the Minnesota-South Dakota border. Artie, we have Minnesota licenses.
Yep.
Can we come in off the South Dakota side with the Minnesota license?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Minnesota and South Dakota work together very well on the lake, and it's basically considered mutual ground for both states. So either side, Minnesota residents can fish off the South Dakota shoreline. Right over here is our South Dakota shoreline, and vice versa, you know, and you can put in anywhere you want, have either license, and yeah, it's a very customer-friendly lake.
So the states play nice, basically.
Yes, they do.
That's
they
awesome.
do. Yep.
And this, I mean, we're on them. There's perch coming through. We're catching them. Well,
we're missing some and catching some. Yep.
We're missing some. We're catching some. But we're having action. This is fun stuff.
It is. It is. Yeah, the perch fishing is definitely a good family value of entertainment.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet kids, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, everybody can do this. I mean, this is fun stuff.
Yep.
Nick and Artie and Mike are such good guys just to spend time with. When we come back, we'll catch some more perch.
Fishing the Midwest is presented by Northland Fishing Tackle, made by fishermen for fishermen. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Dakota Grills, release your inner chef.
Evinrude E-Tech has been outperforming four-stroke engines for years. But what about the latest 154 strokes that claim to deliver two-stroke-like torque? See the proof for yourself. Get your free DVD now and watch how the two-stroke Evinrude E-Tech 150 outpulls and out-accelerates the four-stroke competition. See how it wins when it comes to maintenance, ease of winterization, and more. Evinrude E-Tech is the true champion. Go to evinrude150challenge.com and get your free DVD now.
Lake Kabetogama in Voyageurs National Park is your year-round destination for experiencing nature at its finest. Enjoy the solitude of the pristine wilderness while having all the comforts of home available at the many full-service resorts. The fishing is world-class. So are all the other outdoor activities that are abundant in all the seasons. Cab is the perfect place for your family or a group of friends, and Cab is an easy drive from anywhere in the Midwest. Kabetogama Lake in northern Minnesota. Discover Cab now.
I enjoy making good food, but I would rather fish than cook, even when it's 10 below zero. That's why my family and I invented the Dakota Grill. We let the grill do all the work. I just set the temperature and my grill does the rest. Whether I smoke, grill, barbecue, or bake, your meats will always be juicy, flavorful, and healthy. Visit dakotagrills.com for recipes, cooking videos, and more, and unleash your inner chef.
When the weather turns for the worse, you need more than a hope for the best. It's why every Ranger multi-species design is geared to crush rough water while delivering solid tracking and a smooth, dry ride. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's power, performance, and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, these total performance machines are built for the battle. Experience more with Evinrude E-Tech.
Lily, it's time. Coming, Mommy. Put down. That's my girl.
Oh, look at you all grown up.
The more they change, the more fun it is to look back and remember. Life Touch School Photography.
Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. We've got a little more time to catch a lot more perch. Let's see how many more we can catch. Nick, I've been watching you walk around here drilling holes. I can't hear any noise out of this thing. What's the deal?
Well, this is a new product for us. It's the Ice Auger conversion kit, and really you take your household drill, you know, we recommend this 18-volt drill, and you adapt it to this drill plate, put your 6-inch auger bit on there, and you can drill just a ton of holes with this thing.
If I've got a drill at home
18 volt, you said?
Yep, 18 volt.
I can go out and make holes in the ice.
One of the keys to the system is this industrial ball bearing that we utilize. So you're actually taking the chuck off your drill, which is not hard to do. Then you're screwing on the motor shaft onto the chuck bolts, and then you're actually putting it through here, and it's set right here in industrial ball bearing. So the actual drill is only used mainly to spin the auger bit versus bear the load and torque of it. And it can just cut to beat the band.
No gas.
No gas, it's quiet. This is 14 pounds.
How many holes can I make with that?
Well, with this system right here, it's a lithium-based battery, which is important to note. I can get probably 700 inches. That equates to, like, let's say 40, 42 holes and 16, 17 inches ice.
There's a bunch of them down there. And what I'm doing, I'm holding the bait above them so they come up for it. He wasn't too big. But I want to make them come up for it so I don't spook the rest of them in that school. And I'm using that impulse head so I can get right back down there. I don't have to rebait all the time. These guys just seem to be going through here in schools.
What happened to me?
Yeah, it's
second chance.
They are still down there.
Still down there, yep.
Now that was a good time, and although the air temps were cold, with proper clothing and those shelters, there is no reason to be cold. Now that it's warming up, the perch bite is going to get even better. That reminds me, now that it's warmer, Kim, my wife, should probably get out and shovel the sidewalk. I'll remind her of that just before I leave on my next ice fishing trip. I'll let you know how that goes. The ice fishing, that is, not the shoveling reminder.
Oh, what a good trip on the ice. You know, we had the grilling, we had the catching, we had the camaraderie, all that stuff. Take advantage of the fishing that's available right now. Hey, for all of us at Fishing the Midwest, thanks for stopping by. Be nice to one another. We'll see you again next time.